we're diving into one of the hottest topics buzzing around the real estate world, the NAR lawsuit. A lot of you guys have reached out to me asking me for my opinion, so in this video, we're going to clear up some of the stuff that we've been hearing and talk about the two major changes that we'll be seeing in the industry, when this will all take place, and what this all means to us as agents. If you stay till the end, I have 3 fun ways that you can take advantage of this change and potentially make a lot of money. So what's all the fuss about? Well, as you may already have heard, the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, recently faced a price-fixing lawsuit and now has to pay $418 million. Basically, a federal jury ruled that they caught NAR and a bunch of big real estate brokerages in cahoots, cooking up a plan to jack up agent commissions on real estate sales and purchases. This has pretty much shaken up the real estate industry, to say the least, and has a lot of agents, new agents, and aspiring agents concerned, and with good reason. Now, let's go back to what you learned in your pre-licensing education, that under the Sherman Act, price fixing is considered a criminal act. It's illegal. This news definitely scared me a little bit, but after reviewing it and thinking a little creatively, we're going to be just fine. So, because of all this lawsuit stuff, there will be 2 major changes coming to the real estate world. The first one is that the cooperating brokers' compensation will no longer be allowed to be provided on the MLS. So basically, the compensation that will be provided to the buyer's agent cannot be shown on the MLS. This doesn't mean that sellers will no longer be offering compensation to buyer's agents. They can still offer compensation if they choose to. It just can no longer be conveyed on the MLS. When you are checking out a property on the MLS, the compensation for a cooperating broker is shown. Let's take this listing for an example. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will notice that it says buyer agent compensation, transaction broker compensation, and non-representation relationship compensation. And then it provides the commission percentage that it will be giving to those agents. So this new law will now be eliminating this section off the MLS. Now, can you contact the listing agent and find out if the seller is going to be offering a compensation to buyer's agents? Absolutely. So honestly, that's really no big deal if you ask me. All it takes is a phone call or sending a text to the listing agent and asking them if the seller is offering compensation. In a way, I can see how this is fair to sellers because the listing agreement basically states that you as the listing agent are charging a certain percentage of the sales price as your compensation. That fee, of course, is negotiable. And from that percentage that you charge, you are willing to share a certain percentage of it with the cooperating broker or the brokerage that brings the buyer. This change will hopefully make it a lot more transparent to the sellers and everyone involved, which is how it should be, right? Now, let's dive into the second major change we're going to see from this lawsuit. The second change we're going to see is if you are an active realtor and MLS participant, you will now need a written agreement when representing a buyer. This move is all about improving transparency in the real estate industry, plus educating your buyer. It also does away with all the time agents have spent showing buyers tons of properties and the buyer ends up closing a deal with another agent. I never understood why agents would have a seller sign an agreement, but were too scared to have a buyer sign one too. As one of my real estate instructors once put it, why work for free? So when this new law takes effect, if you are an active realtor and an MLS participant, you will have to get a buyer to sign a contract that they will work with you and only you, and a certain compensation can then be negotiated. I believe this change will improve the way agents manage their real estate business, and now it will protect you as the agent when working with buyers. A lot of times buyers are what I like to call window shopping, or maybe they're calling you because their agent is not available or out of town and can't show them a property, which they probably won't tell you that part. And honestly, do you really want to waste your energy, time, effort, gas, and money on these types of people? I sure don't. Working with serious buyers that need your help and are willing to sign an agreement that they will work with you and only you is a major win. So, just like you would have a seller sign a listing agreement to sell their house and you are the only broker that can sell that house, you will now have to get a buyer to sign a buyer brokerage agreement to work with you and only you. See, change can be good, especially when it opens up new opportunities. I think it actually protects us more and could potentially lead to more money in our pockets. On that note, let's dive into how we can turn this into a money-making machine. So how can you adapt and still rake in that income while representing a buyer? First up, offer consultation services. Become an expert guide for your buyers. Help them navigate the complex world of real estate with confidence. You're not just talking about properties, you're diving deep into their needs, their dreams, their budget, and laying out a roadmap tailored just for them. There's a lot going on, and a buyer can really come out losing if they mess up during a real estate transaction. The goal here is that when they walk out of your office, they're not just informed, they're empowered, ready to take on the real estate world with confidence. This type of service can grow your relationship with your buyers and show them you're willing to take the extra steps needed for them to understand what they're getting themselves into, the buying process. Next up on the list, create buyer education programs. Host workshops or webinars to empower buyers with knowledge about the buying process. You're not just talking about the buying process here. You're taking them on a journey through market trends, negotiation strategies, and insider tips that they won't find anywhere else. Invite mortgage loan originators, title agents, inspectors, appraisers, insurance agents, and anyone else that you can think of that can add information about purchasing a home. And as they hang on to your every word, they're not just learning, they're forming a bond with you, a trusted advisor they'll turn to when it's time to make their move in the market. So don't just host workshops or webinars, create experiences. Empower buyers with knowledge that will stay with them long after they leave the room. Who knows? Maybe some buyers will end up signing the buyer brokerage agreement right there and then. And guess what? Now you have yourself a new buyer and an agreement to go make some money. Win-win. Another savvy move, form relationships with mortgage loan originators, inspectors, appraisers, and title companies. By building strong relationships with these professionals, you can provide comprehensive support to your buyers, from securing the right financing to getting them to the closing table. Partnering with these experts isn't just about expanding your network. It's about offering your buyers a one-stop shop for all their real estate needs. With your real estate expertise and their financial know-how, you're unstoppable. From finding the perfect home to securing the right financing, you've got your buyers covered every step of the way. This is the beauty of having a real estate business. It gives you the opportunity and flexibility to create a team of whoever you want and work best with. Having these types of people in your network can really help you get from the start of the entire transaction all the way to the end in a smooth, positive, and memorable experience for your clients. So as you can see, there are plenty of ways to thrive in this new landscape. And when will all of this start happening? Well, it is said that starting this July, we can expect to see these changes take effect. But don't worry, my friends. Embrace the changes, adapt your strategies, and continue to serve your clients with excellence. Just because we see change doesn't mean our profession is doomed. The NAR lawsuit may be shaking things up, but it's also paving the way for a more transparent and dynamic real estate industry. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay up to date on all of our newest content. And don't forget to share this video with anyone you think wants to know about the amazing positive changes that are headed to the real estate industry this year. If you want to hear the 5-minute video where the president of NAR explains all of the new changes coming to our industry, I'll make sure to link it in the pinned comments below. My name is Maggie Reyoso with Just Call Maggie, and I'll catch you in the next video.